Donald Trump failed to build the wall. Donald Trump failed to have Mexico pay for the part of the wall he did build. Donald Trump failed at his immigration policy so badly in his first term, he ran again saying he fixed the problem. He failed to fix the first time. Donald Trump failed to introduce an infrastructure bill despite saying he'd have one in 2 weeks repeatedly. Donald Trump failed to introduce a health care bill despite a press conference where he had stacks of paper he said was the health care bill. Donald Trump failed to end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours. Donald Trump failed to end it in 10 months. Donald Trump has failed to get a ceasefire. Donald Trump has failed to keep Ukrainians from being murdered at a higher rate under his presidency. Donald Trump has failed our allies who are now not ordering planes from American companies because of his foreign policy failures. Donald Trump failed to keep us from bombing a country unprovoked and then failed at the bombing so badly he's still trying to get a deal done with Iran. Donald Trump is failing at preventing a genocide in Gaza. Donald Trump is failing economically. Bank of America says that spending in the U.S. is down in dining, hotels, and airfare 3 months in a row for the first time since 2008 when the economy crashed. Soybean farmers in Nebraska are losing billions of dollars to China because he's failed at his foreign policy with tariffs, but he's also failing at tariffs because he tacoed again and pushed tariffs with China down the tracks 90 more days. Donald Trump failed to balance the budget. Donald Trump failed to reduce the deficit. Donald Trump failed to protect constitutional rights of due process. Donald Trump has failed to uphold his oath. Donald Trump is a failure.